Good evening, wet shavers. Welcome back to the Shaving Tools, and this is your host, Timmy2 Shaves, and we are going to be doing a mail call shave. Don't know if those are done that often, but we are going to be doing one tonight. Two products that I'm going to be using that I have had for a while. You guys know it. You guys know I love it. It is Cremo Lathering Shave Cream. It is the Reserve Blend, which has notes of bourbon, vetiver, and oak. I'm going to be pairing that with is Sharp Dress Band by Stirling. I'm kind of mixing it up a little bit tonight because I just received this wonderful little guy. This is a sample of the wet shaving products tobacco vanilla scent. It is absolutely incredible. It's exactly what you would think of from a tobacco vanilla scent. It's tobacco and vanilla. Immediately, as soon as I got it and I smelled it, I sprayed some on me, and I love it. I think I like it even better than their main tobacco scent because it mixes it up a little bit. It becomes really nice and smooth. It's extremely pleasant, and I can't wait to spray some of this on at work and see if anybody notices, because it's absolutely fantastic. And I'll be picking some of this up in the Aftershave and the shaving soap, maybe even the EDP, because they're actually pretty inexpensive. I feel like this is the same quality as something that I'd probably spend around 80 bucks on for a mainline EDP. I also received this nifty vintage razor. You guys have probably never seen one of these before, and it is a Klenzo safety razor. And I've got the little box right here. It was pretty cool that it actually came with the original box. This doesn't happen that often, and I picked it up on the cheap. And that's why you always gotta be looking out on eBay for real good deals. But I was actually looking for a Klenzo brush, and I didn't even know they made razors. And happened to spot this beauty, picked it up. Now I will say, upon examining this in person, that it does appear, especially the head portion of it, does appear to be cheaply made. Some irregularities in the plating, some irregularities in the overall finish of the product. So you can just tell it was kind of a cheap to create venture from Klenzo. But I think Klenzo is kind of interesting and fascinating. I don't see their products that often, and their shave brushes are gorgeous. The handles are awesome. So there it is. Also, what we are using is my recently received Mammoth. This I won in a silent bid for Mammoth soaps. It's got the Mammoth coin on there. It's also got a beautiful fan knot on here, Badger fan knot that looks like it's got gel tips. It looks like it's going to be absolutely wonderful to use. And if you guys have seen me use my Thirsty Badger, or not my Thirsty Badger, my That Darn Raw brush, you know that I absolutely love the fan knot. It's this that brush has become my favorite, and I imagine this one's going to instantly become up there as well, because I do have another Grizzly Bay brush, which this handle is made by Grizzly Bay. And he's no slouch. You guys know my other favorite brush is my Car Hop, which is a Grizzly Bay brush with a silver fox knot. Wonderful synthetic knot. But I'm going to be utilizing a face lather today. I just had this pre-soaking in my PAA Moonscape brush scuttle. So excited to use that. We're going to go ahead and wet the face real quick though first, and then we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and take off my glasses since I will be just looking at a mirror right over here. But I hope you guys are having a good night tonight. This is going to be a little bit different. Typically, this is just a little kind of a mail call sort of thing, so I'm not treating it as like a product review or anything like that. Just a nice, interesting way to interact with you guys, to talk to you guys. I just hope you guys are having a good night. It was kind of a bummer, though, because I found out while I was at work that Instagram was just not loading, and then I deleted the application. I deleted all of my Facebook, Instagram applications, and they wouldn't allow me to log back in until Facebook eventually did, then Instagram did, but it's still not allowing me to have the full functionality that I'm used to, so kind of a bummer. Now with creams, you don't necessarily have to pre-soak the cream. You can, however, if you wish to do that. Just be careful on that. Don't let the water sit too long in that particular cream, because they do react differently to water than you might see from a actual hard soap. Just have that in a little bit of water, and we're gonna get started. And creams are going to be different, so the way that they're going to react to your face is going to be different. The post shave and the glide are going to be different, but you guys can see that this is no slouch. It gets beautifully dense. There's a reason why it is one of my favorites. It's just an overall great brush. What I'm going to go ahead and do, dump this out. I don't currently have any water actually in the scuttle to provide the heat, but I will be using this just to rest my brush in between passes. And I've already got this loaded up with an Astra Superior Platinum blade, so we're going to see how it performs. We'll say it doesn't taste very good. Now, another disclaimer that I'm going to make, guys, is that I am currently trying to grow back out the beard. Girlfriend wants the beard. I personally do like the beard as well. So I'm starting to grow that back. So if you guys see that 5 o'clock shadow there, that is staying. I'm just shaving the cheekbones and the neck, but I do like to lather the whole face if I can. And I will say, first impressions of the razor are great. It's extremely comfortable. I can hear it getting at that stubble, so it feels fantastic. One thing I will say though, that I just noticed, is that it is slippery. There's nothing really to grip onto here. Even here there's a little notch at the bottom, but that really doesn't provide you anything. But it does feel fantastic. I mean, this absolutely feels incredible on the face.
This couldn't happen again. This is that one.
And I don't know if you guys can hear any of the cutting action through this cardioid mic, but it feels great. And of course, as I've stated before, I don't have any problems with this soap. I'm not having any issues with glide. The glide is fantastic. It's honestly, it blew my mind that this was so cheap and it performed this well. And it smells absolutely incredible. The bourbon's definitely right there, along with the vetiver. But you guys let me know in the comments what kind of content you'd like to see me post out there, because I thought this would be a unique way to go ahead and release a mail call video. That'd be a little bit fun. And typically, for you new wet shavers out there, you do want to stretch the skin. What that does is it kind of allows the hairs to stick up a little bit more, get you an overall closer shave, and a little bit more comfortable, as it's not really trying to pull those hairs, it's just cutting straight through them. And this is a new blade, by the way. That's getting really close. I really like this razor. I might have to mix and match some of the handles to kind of see what it feels like with other handles, but I really like it. It feels smooth, it feels efficient. I really enjoy it. Picked it up for like 20 bucks online, which is honestly not that bad. If you could get it like $7, then I think that'd be better, but it's a vintage razor. I mean, it's worth what you think it's worth. But things I like about it are that the head is actually relatively small, so navigating in kind of more areas where you really want a lot of precision, especially underneath my chin, is extremely easy with this. I guess the main thing I'm trying to say there is I'm not fighting with the razor to get an efficient shave. Some razors that you do, there are those razors that you do that with. This is not one of those. And honestly, I don't think this is going to be something where I'm going to need 2 passes. This feels more than adequate. Since I'm going to be shaving in the morning anyway, Timmy 2 shaves for Pete's sake. Now, I will say, in this little studio with this bowl here, it is a little bit difficult to wipe the soap off. But that's fine. That's why we got the cloth here. Just kind of protect everything. And I will say something about this soap, this cream, is it does like to stick. Some soaps, as soon as you try to wipe them off, they come right off, no problem. This one, however, is not like that. So there you guys go. There's the mail call. So what did we receive in the mail call? Well, we got the Mammoth brush. And for those of you that aren't familiar with Mammoth shaving, absolutely fantastic. Just look them up on Instagram. They're doing some really cool stuff there. The cool thing about these bids, they'll typically do theme brushes and a few other products typically around whatever soaps they're releasing. Recently it was Almond leather they just released. And to coincide with the Almond leather soap and aftershave release, which is a very limited edition release, he only typically does about 75 of those. I say only, it's one individual making these as a side hobby, so that's actually quite a bit. But with those, I mean, if you're lucky to go ahead and nab one as soon as they're released on the West Coast Shaving website, which is the only website you can purchase these from, you can actually go to his Instagram and he'll post a theme. He'll usually choose a different brush maker for each of his releases. Previously, I think it was That Darn Raw. This one, it was Grizzly Bay. Both of my favorite brush makers. It's funny how those coincided. But I was very lucky to pick this one up. I put in a silent bid for it, happened to win it, was very happy to contribute to his cause. And the cool thing about his cause is that when he releases these, along with his soaps and everything else, at least $1 from those purchases goes towards to end human trafficking. There's a specific cause in New York that he's a part of, that he contributes to end human trafficking. I can't recall the name of it for the life of me. If I do recall, I'll include that in the description box below as well. So if you would like to contribute, you can. But it's just a nice thing to have in the hobby. When you're making a purchase and you're doing something obviously because you like the design, it's nice to know that you're also contributing to a good cause as well. And I think that's what really makes this community really interesting and a good group of people, is typically we're all about supporting those artisans, supporting those groups that are contributing for a good cause. And we're getting awesome product in the interim as well. So it's absolutely fantastic. I was super excited to get this brush. I'm super excited to finally have that Mammoth coin in there. It's an absolute gorgeous coin. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a little woolly mammoth in there. I actually found another guy on Instagram that makes, if you supply him a mammoth tooth, he can make a brush handle out of it. Who would have thought, right? But it's really interesting what you can find out there. And really, with wet shaving, the community is as varied and as custom as you want it to be. You can get custom soaps made, like I mentioned before. Irina over at Ginger's Soaps, or Ginger's Garden, can custom tailor a soap to your liking. So if there's a fragrance or scent that you really like, you can reach out to her, and more likely than not, she can duplicate it into a soap and aftershave, which is fantastic. I mean, who does that? I think she's the only artisan that will do that individually, make custom orders for you. Then, of course, you can reach out to individual brush makers, woodworkers, and see if they can turn a really great brush handle for you, a custom brush handle. You can choose a wide variety of knots. Same deal with bowls. You can get custom bowls made. You've got plenty of selections for these to build a lather. I mean, really, it's endless, and that's why you see such variety behind me. That's why you see so many of the wet shaving community that just have so much. It's nice to be able to have a good selection of stuff. And pertaining to what I do here, which is a lot of product reviewing, it's a lot of sampling, it's a lot of just getting the word out on some of these artisans, it's nice to know that I have the selection that I do to actually make a decent judgment call on a soap's performance or different kinds of razors and how they feel, etc. So with that, I won't tire you guys anymore. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for your continued support. I do apologize for Instagram and Facebook not cooperating with us, so we couldn't do the content that we really wanted to do. But the plus side of this is you should see this in the video. But I have figured out a way to edit these horizontal videos to fit within the Facebook stories. So I can post these to IGTV. Now, of course, if it's over 10 minutes, then I'll have to divide those into multiple parts. But the cool thing about it is that I don't have to post just vertical videos here and then worry about how that's going to look on YouTube. Because of the type of software that I use iMovie to edit all of my videos, sound, the recordings, audio recordings, everything, including pictures and transitions. Everything gets edited through iMovie. And the way that it edits horizontal videos, it can make it a bit of a challenge when you're posting it to one platform and then the other. So it is nice to know that I can keep the original video in the original format and post that to YouTube, but I can also resize that essentially into a video size that'll work perfectly for Instagram and still look fantastic. And I can still post it with the same video quality that I'm getting on my iPhone, which is what I do everything through. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for stopping in. I hope you enjoyed this mail call. Again, for the mail call, I got the Mammoth, I got the Klenzo razor blade, which it's in combination with Rexall. 1 gold-plated razor, 25 Klenzo super thin blades. So really interesting there. And then I'm, of course, going to top this off with some Stirling Sharp Dressed Man. This is a Green Irish Tweed, a Get homage. Oh, man. That smells absolutely fantastic. If you have a chance to go ahead and pick one of these up, because Stirling has some of the best bang for your buck in the business, pick some of this up. Don't think twice about it. Do it. You will not regret it. I absolutely love this fragrance. Every time I put it on, I'm always so surprised at how incredible it smells. But I actually like this better than the real Creed Green Irish Tweed. It smells absolutely fantastic. And then we're going to top that off with some tobacco and vanilla. I thought this would be kind of an interesting combination to do. So we're going to go ahead and get that sprayed on. Sorry, I didn't really spray very well on that side, so I was like, well, wait a minute, let me just pat that around. But yeah, I really like the scent profile on this, and I like how it's working alongside this. So I've got this in the front, I've got this going on in the back, and they're both kind of mixing in really well together. That smoothness of the vanilla and the tobacco, which is one of the reasons why I like tobacco, is it really smooths out a lot of the soaps and aftershaves that I have. That's why I'm trying to collect more and more tobacco scented soaps, or at least soaps with tobacco notes in there. It's because I really feel like it rounds out a good soap. But anyways, guys, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and clean everything up here, and then I'll post some pictures to Instagram. Again, thank you for the support. I wouldn't be where I am without you guys. If you see something that you would like me to go ahead and elaborate on further, do not hesitate to PM me on Instagram or Facebook. And if there is any kind of content that you would like to see on here, I'll usually post some questionnaires in the stories, so make sure to turn the story post notifications on, so that way you can get tuned into those. Or, of course, you can always IM me as well. But thank you so much, guys. Hope you have a great night, and I hope Instagram and everything else gets back up and running soon. Oh, and by the way, I have some wine in this cup. I'm pretty sure I'm the only person right now drinking wine out of a DBZ cup. Why, you ask? Well, originally Heather and I were going to be drinking wine and talking about how to properly lather in a bowl. But lo and behold, that didn't work out, and I thought, you know what? Why am I not going to go ahead and drink wine? So I will. Oh, God. It's so good. Oh, man. Can't go wrong with boxed wine, am I right? It's cheap, it tastes wonderful. I'm not a wine snob by any means, and this tastes absolutely incredible. And how appropriate is it not to put boxed wine in a mug? It's absolutely fantastic. It's my mug. I can have whatever I want in it, right?